here. How's everybody doing? Good music? We've got some great music lined up for you today. The first group, you guys probably remember from the winter concert, amazing jazz combo, and I have to personally introduce the leader, the brave leader of this group, Mr. Ethan Faircloth. This is the first where I've had a student completely make an arrangement, their own arrangement of a song for the band to play. And it's based on All of Me. But what do you call it?
All of Me.
And who's it by?
Benjamin Franklin.
And?
Bach, I think.
So I'm going to let Ethan tell you a little bit more about the group, about the music they're playing, and then we'll get this concert kicked off for you. Enjoy.
I didn't know I had to say that in front of you guys. It's not like my bedroom, unfortunately. But good evening, everyone. My name is Ethan Faircloth. I am the president of Jazz Club here at CHS, and this is at CHS. and this is Jazz Club. We're going to play two songs for you. First one is the arrangement, and the second one will be a combo group. We're going to be playing the song All of Me, which is the arrangement, and then we're going to play another song known as Blue Bossa. I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you. So the first thing, I step up there and they start playing. I don't know what they're playing. It didn't sound like blue bossa to me. But they were playing this vamp with this really intricate Latin style. And I got really interested, and I went through the song, it went okay. But it was something that I never heard before. So I went home, and I watched the recording, and I took apart what was happening, and I wanted to play I wanted to relive that experience of playing up there. So I have this amazing piano player.
Don't play piano.
His name's Luke Little. He plays the piano. And we're going to play Blue Bossa for you. It's going to be based off of our first jam session, which I really liked. And I hope you guys enjoy it.
In order to be able to do that, they had to get tested the week of to make sure that everybody in here is safe. As per CUSD policy, we are still required to mask in this building, so please, if you have a mask, put it on. If you don't, we have a basket full of them out in the lobby, just for everybody's safety and to work with the policies set forth by the district. Thank you. So we're playing 3 songs with this group. The first of the 3 is On This Day, the Earth Shall Reign. It's actually based on a medieval hymn. It's a beautiful kind of processional-like thing that was arranged, or actually adapted from the medieval hymn melody to full orchestra piece by Gustav Holst, one of my favorite composers. And then it's been adapted yet again to a wind ensemble setting. One of the really cool things about this piece is it's very soloistic. It's got a lot of, I think everybody, raise your hand if you're the only person playing your part. Like, this is not raising your hand, this. So that's a lot. We've got some offstage trumpets on both sides for an antiphonal feeling. There's a lot of back and forth, and it's really, really cool. Solos in the trumpets and the clarinets. And I think you'll understand why it's named what it is, because it has a ringing feeling to it and a very joyful noise. So here is On This Day, the Earth Shall Reign. time, but I just feel like music is just such a wonderful thing to celebrate, and I felt like celebrating it in spring. So the next piece we were playing is more celebration. Again, I know we're riding this wave of trying to recover from the peak of the pandemic and how we lost music, and it was just really, really difficult to connect with people. So the next piece we're playing is called Again We Rise. And to me, it paints this picture of a phoenix rising from the ashes. And I feel like that is truly analogous to what our program is doing this year. We all have a lot of apprehension coming into the school year, not knowing what to expect. Everybody's afraid of learning loss. We had 2 years without this, and how are we going to make it back? And I have to tell you, every single one of these students on this stage never cease to surprise me with the amount of talent and musicality that they can do. So they are the phoenix rising from the ashes. Again, we rise.
And the saxophones are going to take my place. I never would have thought I would play a jazz piece in Wind Ensemble. Never thought that it would be a saxophone feature. But here we are, and these kids they're doing it. Great. I'm just out there for a little bit of moral support, but I'm going to let them start it when everybody's ready. We want to do a quick sound check on bass. This is 5 to go.
by Jack Bullock. I'm sorry, Wind Ensemble. I thought they were a jazz band.
Starting with our trumpet section, our clarinet section, and our saxophone Jake. Jake. Everybody, you guys did an amazing job. Thank you. Wind Ensemble, stand up, take your bow. Alright, it will be another brief adjustment while our orchestra takes the stage. Feel free to talk amongst yourselves. Time for orchestra. It's okay, I have to talk anyways. The piece that we're going to start off with you guys is kind of a personal one for me. There's a lot going on in the world right now. We're grateful for everything we have, and there are so many people who are in a really tough spot right now. And I feel like this piece of music, which incidentally was originally designed or written for war relief. And I can't, I've got this thing in my mind and it just keeps coming up, and there's so much that we have to be grateful for here. And these people are among them. But as you're listening to this piece, I want you to let the music just wash over you and send some positive vibes out into the world. For all the people who are displaced or have lost somebody, whatever. I won't go into details, I don't want to get political, but I do feel very much for people all over the world who are in war-torn places and finding themselves without hope. So this piece is called Night Vigil by Rachmaninoff. It was originally choral work, and it's been orchestrated for a string orchestra. It's absolutely stunning. As soon as Kaylin's done tuning, we will begin it for you. All Night Vigil.
for you is by Czech composer Bossa. He wrote a series of 16 Slavonic dances that were actually modeled after Brahms' Hungarian dances, so they're not actually folk songs themselves, but they're based on the rhythms and the styles of different folk music of the time and the place. We kind of had some fun with this one. The mood changes so frequently throughout this, and we kind of made up our own little stories and imagery. There was something about Bambi. They think it's funny. I'll let them tell you the story. But there's a lot of ups and downs. There's like really, really happy things, and there's really sad and morose. I also think of the story or the imagery of Snoopy. I don't know if you guys have seen Peanuts, the one where the Schroeder's playing the piano and plays this thump-ba-dum-bum-bum-ba-dum-bum. It's a really happy thing, and Snoopy's happy, and then he plays something from the war years, and then he starts crying. It goes back and forth between that. It's kind of how this is. It's all mountains and valleys, kind of like our lives, right? So we're going to play those mountains and valleys for you. This is Slavonic dances. members, so remember 13 chairs, 13 students. Everything else is off, and we'll be back with Chamber Orchestra in just a moment. Thank you. I could talk about having to talk over a bunch of things moving. Our last two pieces are Chamber Orchestra. This is our audition-based orchestra. All of these students have to commit to 3 trimesters. The audition for the group, we actually have auditions coming up, not next week, but the following week. I'm really excited for that. I see some new students in here. These are all advanced students. Many of them also take a lot of APs and are on, how many of you are on a track again? Engineering or biomed? Again, this is how I get brain stance. Okay. So they're really, really hard-working students, and it's really challenging with the trimester system to make this commitment. So I'm really, really proud of them. It's a small group, but might you guys will hear. The first piece we were playing is the only one I'm conducting. That is a Baroque style piece, Allegro Spiritoso, and that is arranged by Robert Frost, but originally by Jean-Baptiste Nanaye, big fancy French name. And it's got a violin solo by the lovely Tina. Yay, Tina! And it's really, really technically virtuosic, and they do a wonderful job at it. And then our final piece is without a conductor, kind of like, how many of you were here at the winter concert? Okay, cool. So it's in the same vein as the Debussy that we played, as far as it has a guitar solo in it as well. So I'll talk a little bit more about that piece when we get our guitar player out here, and we'll start with the Allegro Spiritoso. All right, now I'm bringing our guitar player out. If you remember, this is Jonah Hacker. This is the first time we've ever had a guitarist in Chamber Orchestra, so last year when I found out he was joining us, I was like, oh my goodness, how am I going to find music that has classical guitar and orchestra and isn't ridiculously difficult? It's still ridiculously difficult, but not quite at the volume level. So I was searching, this is probably this time last year, I was searching YouTube, and I found this group that played a piece called Samba for Five by Alexander Vinitsky. And on the description it said the group that played it and where they got the arrangement, but I couldn't find the music for sale anywhere online. When I took a long shot, I found the composer. Went to the website, it was all in Russian, I couldn't speak it. And I'm like, okay, well, thank God for Google Translate. Found his email address, emailed him and asked him where I could purchase it, and he just sent me the music for free. He's an educator, and it's such a fun piece of music. We've actually been slowly whittling away at this since the beginning of the school year, and it's just really, really fun. It's called Samba Number 5 or Samba for Five. Originally it's made for guitar and string quartet, so you'll notice that our bass player has also changed jump ship and moved to the cajon, which is that little box drum there. It's kind of cool. And they don't need a conductor. They are ready to dance for you. You're right. This is going to be our final show, or final number for the evening. I probably won't say anything afterwards other than thank you and good night. So I want to thank you guys for being here and for supporting these amazing musicians in all of our ensembles. It is through your guys' empowerment of these students and supporting them, providing resources and patience, allowing the bad notes to happen before the good notes come, and being patient and not judgmental. That's really hard to do. I was once a beginning clarinet player, my sister can attest to that. It is not pretty. But they are just, these kids are so fortunate to have such a wonderful community. Our administrators are wonderful people working in light and sound. And without further ado, Samba Number 5.
going to be filled with some fun and familiar music to many of you. Hope to see